Toontown Corporate Clash have just recently put up a blog post detailing a whole host of GAG changes coming to the 1.3.0 update. There's changes for every single GAG track, so let's get right into it, starting with tune-up. Any self-heal that you would get from having Prestige tune-up now shows when the other tunes get tuned up rather than at the start of the turn. Moving over onto Trap, and there's only one small thing for Trap as well, but it's a new Wrecking Ball animation, which makes the cog fly out of their shoes, quite literally. On to Lure, and this is where it starts to get kinda crazy with a lot of things going on. Firstly, Lure Decay has been completely removed, so now the cogs will stay lured for 100% of the time that they're supposed to. Knockback damage dealt by Lure is now dependent on the lure itself rather than the gags used. All of the lure gags have had their knockback damage, accuracy, and rounds lured changed. Single target lures have higher knockback damage values than multi-target lures, so it's going to be much more effective to do single target lures, but also I understand how that is going to be kind of tricky where not most of the time you want to use a multi-cog lure. So we'll see how that goes. Prestige Lure boosts knockback damage by 20%. The duration lure lasts has been reduced by 1 round for every lure gag. Here's a handy little thing that shows all of the different knockback, accuracy, and rounds lured for each of the different gags now. So this would take a little bit of getting used to, I'm sure. Moving on to sound next, and I know how a lot of people feel about sound, me included. I love sound, and so any kind of nerf to sound is kind of a big deal. The biggest thing is probably sound gags will no longer deal combo damage. So if you're all using sound together, there's not going to be any extra damage from it being a combo. But however, the damage amounts for every sound gag have been increased to kind of counter this change, meaning the unprestige sound now deals similar if not better damage than the former prestige sound. Prestige sound now has a new buff called Encore. Whenever you use a sound gag in a battle, you gain 10% increased gag effectiveness for any non-sound gag for the next round, as seen in this video. On to Squirt, and Prestige Squirt no longer provides an area of effect soak. Instead, Prestige Squirt now buffs the damage of all squirt gags by 20%. Glass of Water, Water Balloon, Fire Hose, and Geyser all now provide area of effect soak. Squirting Flower, Squirt Gun, Seltzer Bottle, and Storm Cloud will only soak 1 cog, but they have had their damage increased, as you can see here as well. Now Zap. Zap is where I get very confused, so I will try my best here to explain this to you. There is now only one rule for Zap jumps. Zap will jump left across adjacent soaked cogs. If it cannot start by going left, it will instead start by going right. Just forget everything that you knew about Zap before, honestly, because I feel like they have made it easier. The soaked damage bonus of Zap is now rolled into the base damage of the gag. Now this is big. Dry Zap now has a guaranteed chance to miss. Dry Zap is dead. Using Zap on a soaked cog will now remove the soak entirely at the end of the round. Zap jump damage now acts as a pool of damage, which is split between all the cogs it jumps onto. The total damage pool for Zap is 80% of the gag's base damage, going up to 100% with Prestige Zap. Damage has gone up for some of the Zap gags, as you can see here. And there is also 2 new Zap gags, Light Bulb and Broken Radio, which are replacing the Balloon and the Taser gags. Light Bulb is now level 3 Zap, Broken Radio is level 4 Zap, and Cart Battery has moved from level 4 to level 5 Zap. There is also some really cool new animations for Zap gags, as you can see in this video, so I'm excited about that. Moving on to Throw now, and Prestige Throw now heals the tune for 20% of the gag's base damage upon usage, as you can see here. And also the Whole Fruit Pie damage has been buffed to do 55 damage rather than 50 damage. On to Drop, and there is a big change for Drop, in the way that drop gags now roll for accuracy individually per drop gag used on a target, which now basically means some drop may hit while others will miss on the same cog. The accuracy cap of Drop has also gone down from 95% to 90%. And if you have Prestige Drop, then the plus 15% accuracy bonus for Prestige is now always applied, rather than only for solo drop. And the last big thing, SOS cards have been changed to IOUs. SOS cards are no longer a thing, and obviously SOS cards gave a small buff in a gag track for all the tunes in the battle over a few rounds, whereas IOUs instead give a massive buff in a gag track for just one tune when they use it next. IOUs are single target and activated on demand. And also, SOS cards for Restock All, Cogs Damage Down, and Toon's Accuracy Up are becoming legacy rewards and will no longer be able to be obtained. Goodbye, Professor Pete from down the street. Any of these rewards that you have will be re-rolled into other IOUs of the same rarity. That just about wraps everything up, but also this Friday starts the playtesting for version 1.3.0. There is a Corporate Clash QA server that a lot of partners and other Toontown players have been invited to, and this is basically where all of these new changes are going to be tested out. So none of this is fully confirmed yet, as it still needs to be tested, but feel free to drop by streams or videos showcasing all of these new features and let the Clash team know what you think. And I'm just really excited for this new update. There's so many changes and it's really going to change the game, hopefully for the best. Let me know down in the comments what you think of all these potential new GAG changes. I would love to know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone!